Hello everyone. Today we are going to see about status epilepticus. This is a medical emergency and it is very important to know about its management. This is part 4 of anti-epileptic drugs. If you want to see the previous parts, do click above and check out the playlist. Now let us start. First, let's go with the definition. It is continuous seizures for more than or equal to 5 minutes for convulsive status epilepticus and more than or equal to 10 minutes for focal status epilepticus and absent status epilepticus. Here the time duration more than or equal to 5 minutes and more than or equal to 10 minutes is very important for each type of seizures. Now let us look at the causes for status epilepticus. It can be due to CNS infections or lesions, cerebral hypoxia, head trauma, metabolic disturbances like hypoglycemia, hyponatremia, hypocalcemia, hypomagnesemia, anticonvulsant drug withdrawal and drug intoxication. Now let us look at the pathophysiology. It is due to failure of inhibitory neurotransmitters. That is, the inhibitory neurotransmitters will become less, leading to sustained muscle contraction and convulsions. And there is also increase of excitatory neurotransmitters like glutamate, which will lead to muscle convulsions and contractions. Due to stress in the body, there will be catecholamine surge, leading to tachycardia, hypertension, cardiac arrhythmia and hyperglycemia. As the seizure progresses, hypertension state will come to hypotensive state. That is, there will be hypotension, hyperthermia, metabolic and respiratory acidosis. On prolonged seizure, there will be increased intracellular calcium levels, then there will be prolonged neuronal discharge, subsequently leading to neuronal death and then leading to coma. Here we have to note one point that metabolic and respiratory acidosis should not be treated while doing the normal management because this will get easily cured by treating the seizure itself. Now we will look at this line diagram to easily understand about status epilepticus and the time of management. Usually from 0 minutes to 5 minutes, this is the ideal time to start the treatment. But usually people wait till 5 minutes and watch. After 5 minutes to 30 minutes, this time gap is where we usually start the treatment. Here after the treatment, if the seizure stops, then it is very good. The patient will come back to normal. But despite giving treatment and the seizure prolongs from 30 minutes to 1 hour, there is risk of brain damage. Now we will look at the management of status epilepticus. Management is very important in point of view of pharmacology as well as medicine. So let us start. So first we have to maintain the ABC, that is airway, breathing, circulation. Then to maintain the airway and breathing, we intubate the patient and we also insert a urinary catheter. Next important step is to secure 2 IV lines. Suppose if there is no possibility of securing an IV line, that is if there is no IV access or if the patient has high convulsions and you are not able to put the IV line, you have to go for intramuscular midazolam 0.2 mg per kg, maximum being 10 mg. Or you can give buccal or intranasal midazolam 0.5 mg per kg, maximum 10 mg. The drug here, if there is no IV access, will be midazolam. Next, if you are able to put the IV access, then you can go for IV lorazepam 0.1 mg per kg, maximum being 4 mg, or IV diazepam 1 ml in 4 ml of normal saline. This IV should be given slowly. Next, if the seizure still prolongs for more than 5 minutes, then you have to secure IV line if not secured previously, or if it is already secured, you have to go for next drug. That is, in first IV line, you will repeat IV lorazepam 0.1 mg per kg, slow push. In the second IV line, you will shift for the second line drugs, that is anti-epileptic drugs. We can choose either of the anti-epileptic drugs. Either we can choose IV valproate 30 to 40 mg per kg at 6 mg per kg per minute, or IV phenytoin 20 mg per kg at 50 mg per minute, IV fosphenytoin 20 mg per kg at 150 mg per minute, or IV levetiracetam 30 to 40 mg per kg. If still the seizures do not stop in 20 minutes, go for injection phenobarbital 20 mg per kg. If still the seizures continue, go for injection phenobarbital like the previous 20 mg per kg along with 5 to 10 mg per kg. If still the seizure continues, give anesthesia with midazolam or propofol. So let me summarize the management alone. First you have to secure 2 IV lines. Based on the availability of IV lines, we have to choose the drug. If there is no IV line, we have to go for midazolam. If there is IV line, we can either choose lorazepam or diazepam. If there is no IV line and there is persistence of seizure, you have to first secure an IV line and go for lorazepam again. Note that these drugs should be given slowly. In the second IV line, we have to give the second line drugs, that is the anti-epileptic drugs, either valproate, phenytoin, fosphenytoin or levetiracetam. Next, we have to give phenobarbital followed by additional doses of phenobarbital. If at the end it does not stop, to prevent coma, anesthesia is given. So let me summarize from beginning. First, we have to know the definition, that is from 5 minutes to 10 minutes for each type of seizures. Then the causes for status epilepticus, its pathophysiology and the management. I hope you understood this topic. This is the last part for anti-epileptic drugs. If you have any queries, do drop in the comment box. I hope you understood this topic. The management is very important. Practice once by writing this flowchart, and even I used to forget it. I used to revise this just a morning before the exams. So yes, the dose also has a specific pattern. So while writing, you just mug it up easily. So I hope you understood everything about anti-epileptic drugs. And if you like my content, do hit like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon. And let's meet with a new topic. Thank you.